Just you can download team, sha. You get. So let's start right away. Confirm you can see my screen. Confirm you can see my screen.
Not yet.
I'm not saying
How is it now? Is it better now? Is it better?
I'm not.
I can see it though.
Okay.
I can't say anything.
You can't
Okay,
see
I can
my
see your screen now.
you can't see, okay, you can see my screen.
I can see it now.
Alright, thank you. So let's start right away now. So we have let's name our file index.js. So alright, so let's start now. So last class, anyway, were you able to add that guy in the call?
I asked him if he has team in his if he has installed team, but he has not replied.
Monsieur, Chief, you don't install Teams. Yeah, just tell us say you don't install so that they can onboard you immediately now. It's not code though.
Good evening, everyone.
Just tell me you have done it, so you will tell you the procedures.
Good evening, everyone.
Ah, Chief, good evening, boss.
Okay, sorry, I was struggling with my network. I don't know, MTN just disappeared from my phone.
No issues, boss. No issues.
At the last recorded class, we did not get it.
Yes, I will do it again because we didn't do much. It was just an OTP generation we did. So I will review it again before we start today's class. So I don't want to waste the.
Okay, because I was not focused on the OTP because I was at that point in time, I was not really concentrating.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's start with what we have. So let's start now, right? Are we set, man? We are set, right? We are set, right? Are we set?
So we are
Anybody?
set.
Anybody? Okay. If you can't hear me at any point, just let me know. So we have so I said we are looking at math. Oof, I mean math function. We are looking at math function, right? So math function, which is math operation or function operation. So using the, let's say, const OTP is equal to, because we use this math function to generate OTP. OTP is equal to, just press your math alpha. Have you joined? Okay. So OTP, that's math. Remember the math is capital letter. So math dot floor we make the value what, to help you round up the value, or you can use math.random. This floor is a method, so you put it in double quote, sorry, open bracket and close bracket, passing the value you want, which is, let's say, 1000. 1000, how many zero? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So this 6 shows that we are going to have 6 numbers, then plus the math again, dot random. So random now we generate a random value for us. So dot random will generate random numbers for us. Then you can say random times 1000, the same value, 900,000. Now you can put 90,000, something like that. How many zero? 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this also will generate, what I press, man. Oh, oh, sorry. Okay. So this will actually generate um 6 random numbers for us. So if you want 5, just remove 1010 from the two of the value number you have there. So your numbers will generate for you into automatic. So let's check it. Console.log OTP. So if you want to generate OTP. Let me bring my terminal now. Let's see what happens now. I'm using Node. When we get to API, we will not be using Node to run. No. But for now, Node run index.js for me. It generates my random number. From how many random numbers? 6 random number. This now, if I run it again, index run it for me. What happens? It generate another one. Index run it for me. It generate index run for me. Generate index run for me. Generate index run for me. Generate. So this is how OTP is generated, right? So the one more thing you need to put in the OTP, when you just one more, just put to string, to local string, right? This is just the only thing you just need to put, and you are good. If you get to backend in full, so the only thing you add to it is just to string. You don't want the value to come as number so that they will not tamper with it. So just put it to string so that they are, numbers you can easily separate them, but string you can't separate it. So you just put it to string so that they can't tamper with it. So that just pretty much about OTP. So if you want to generate, you can also use math number to generate, like what's it called, matriculation number. Like now you are working, you want to create a math number for students, and you don't want to be assigning number to students one after the other. So you can use math function to generate something like this. Let's just do one. Let's say const const student. Let's say const student is equal to, let's say, a string. Let's say in normal school, let's say in accounting department will be account, it be like account slash BB something like this. Or let's say account, or let's say Uniben, let's say Uniben slash account slash. Now the next thing is to generate random number now, right? Random number here. So that just it. So you can just put should I hard code it here? Okay, let me just hard code it for now. So I can just say const generate now. Sorry, const generate gen generate is equal to math math dot what floor dot dot floor is a method dot floor. How many numbers do you want? We want four numbers, so you just give it four numbers, 1000, then plus it plus month again dot dot. Who's calling me? Are we still together? Hello, are we still together?
Yes, boss.
Okay, just a minute, please.
Yes.
Okay. Hello, boss. I'll call you back. I'm in a call. I'm in a call. I'll call you back, please. Sorry for that, guys. So math dot now random we generate a random number for me. Put a is a method also. Come in open bracket, close bracket, step out times what? Sorry, times 900, which is four numbers. That's all. So one more thing left. I can now go say const
Boss,
message.
I want to ask you a question.
Okay, you're free.
Okay, why are we multiplying 9,000? Why the other one? Like, why do we always multiply it with a value? Is it so that the number generated will be different?
Okay, let me answer your question. That's a brilliant one. Why we multiply by 1000 now? Let me remove the let me remove this and let me console log generate. You see what happens now? Let me console log it so that we explain it better for us. Console.log, because the generated number actually will come as decimal, right? So the multiplication will help you get is a fixed number. But let's just console log it first and see what the result will be, right? So let's say index, let's see what happens. It gives me what? 1000, right? Let me run it again. 1000. Do you get? The number is what? Is fixed, right? So this month.floor will help me round this particular number down. Now this thing, let me just still remove of. I believe you know what month.floor is. Month.floor, this month.random will first of all execute. So when the man.random execute, it generates something like 0.0000044, the very long numbers. So this plus now that you have here, sorry, this plus you have here, we now add this number. It will now set the number you are going to generate now, the random number you are going to generate into thousands. That means that it should come in as what? As thousand. Now that this floor now automatically flowing, like trying to round up this value that is going to generate and set the number as thousand. You understand? Are we there?
Okay.
So what's the value cost?
Eh?
The first one you added times
Yes, Yeah, no,
Nine hundred thousand or so.
I'm just trying to remove it so that you understand what I'm trying to point out. Let me explain details. Now, let me let me break this these steps into three parts now, because there are three that let me break it down into this now. Let's say the first one is to have math.random. Let's do this first. You understand it now. Now let's see what happens to do you okay, let me clear my console so that you have it very well. Do you see the number? Can you see the number? Just unmute your mic, everybody. You can just speak. Let's flow together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me run it again. What happens? This number is actually large, which we cannot use, right? So you're giving us 0.6549. It's very large number, which we cannot use. That is what math.random will do for us. So math.random, we we generate a random values for us. We cannot use this. So that is where we now need to pass in what is called, let me say, math const floor. Now let me use the word floor is equal to const floor. Now will now be what? Math math dot floor. Now math dot floor will do what? Will help us round up this particular what value. Now are we together? Are we sure we are still together, man? Are we following?
Yes, yes.
Good.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
math dot floor now will now help help floor this particular number now that is coming now. The random with is coming, you do is the first thing that we execute. So once the number generate, you do not see what is called man dot floor. So man dot floor will now help floor this number, like round it up. What are you rounding up with? You are setting a value that you want, sorry, you are setting a value that you want that floor to be. You are setting it to what? To 1000. You are putting plus. That plus is like add. You are setting it to. Therefore, you now call the what? The math dot random. Are we together? Are we together now? So at this stage now, the math dot random will generate a random number. Floor now will help round up this number to the nearest what? 1000. Do you get?
Okay.
Is it
Mm-hmm.
is it clear or is not clear? If it's not clear, please let me know.
It's clear. Meaning that the function of law is to round up a particular number to the nearest number that you write there.
Yes, you
So
get
you
it.
change that to
You
ten
understand?
thousand.
Round up to
Yes,
ten
yeah.
thousand.
If you put 10,000, at least 10,000. Now let's check what happens to it now. Now let's do generate what? Let's now console.log floor now. Let's console log floor. Let's clear our console. Let's clear our console. That will give us 10,000. So is flowing this particular number to a specific value. Do you get?
Okay. Can you run it again? Let me see if it will still give us the same 10,000.
Definitely
It will still give
10,000.
us the same 10,000, Abi.
10,000. 10,000. 10,000. That is the flowing value. So the flowing value, the
That's
approximated value
yeah.
is 10,000. Do you get?
Okay.
So
So if you
if you
now
want
want
to
the
now
value
add
to be
that
changing,
random, that one that is
okay, okay, okay.
you
Let me
now
let me get
add
your
the
question.
random.
Let me get your question. Let me get your question. What do you say?
No, like you know that one you just console flow. So if you want to now use the math dot random and the math dot flow,
Mm.
how are you going to do that one?
Okay. I want to implement the floor and the random, right? Now, what you just need to do is to just put times times. Since I'm using this as 10,000, I'll now put how many zeros do I have there? One, two, three, four. One, two. So with this now, it will now be multiplying this value, ensuring that
what this times 9,000 or 90,000, is it 90,000? Yeah, 9,000 is that the value will not cross tens of thousand. What this one does is that why the number this random means that it will be changing, right? But it will not exceed a particular limit. So this 9,000 will now ensure that the number will keep changing, but it will not exceed this limit. Now let's keep running it now. Let's clear our console first and see. If you check it now, it gives us this. If you run again, it gives all this. If you run again, it gives you this. It gives you. It will never exceed this value. If you put it as 90, it will never it will not get to 100. But if I put it as 100, I can get value of 100, I can get value of 0, I can get value of 1, I can get value of 2, I can get value of 50, I can get value of. So but if I put it as 90, it means that I must not get 100. I must not get 100. So though the value will be changing, but it will change from 0 to 90. Clear?
Okay.
Is it clear?
Uh-huh.
Is it clear?
Yes.
So me, it's
Emmanuel, let me have you. Do you have any question for me? Able to do. If Emmanuel is still with us, hi Emmanuel. Okay, it's assumed that it's clear. So once you are through, this will help me ensure that the value doesn't. It gives me 6 numbers OTP. Okay, I'm trying to generate yeah Uniben. So let's go back to what we are trying to do. So we want to generate a matriculation number for this particular student or the accounting student that is going to come, and I don't want to manually do that because we are operating on a system that performs such things. So I want to yes, I used generate before. Generate. So generate will give me a month dot floor. So I'm setting it at 10,000. That means you give me, no, I don't want it. So I want just 4 numbers plus month dot random. So you should set it as what? 4 numbers as well. So it should not exceed 4 numbers. So that's what it means. 4 numbers, but it will not exceed 9,000, something like that. So the last step will now be I can just put to local string. Remember what this one is to help you convert to string. This is a number. What is generating is number actually, right? But if you put to string now, it will now help you convert it to what? To string, so that you can easily separate these 2 numbers so that they will not tamper people will not tamper with it. That's just what it is to. If you like remove, if you like add, if you like don't add it, but it's just a best practice of doing it, right? So the next thing you need to do is to concatenate them together now. Are we together? Is to concatenate them. So you now say const message, anything you can give it any const Henry, const rental, const man, const Cornelius, const anything. All these things you are seeing const generate, that I put const generate, that does not mean that because I put generate now is the name that is making it to generate. No, I can give it const goat, const rat, const dog. So that does not mean that it affects what this function is. No, whatever name you just have to follow best practices for naming word. So we have const message is equal to what? I want to concatenate using what? Backtick now. I will call what? Student first. I will call student. Sorry, no, sorry. I want to concatenate. Sorry. I'll use my dollar. Then sorry, no dollar with a what's it called? What's the name of this bracket too? Calling braces. Yeah, sorry, calling braces. Your dollar and your calling braces.
well,
Yeah. So you call student. So once you step out, if you want to add space, you can put space. Since I don't want space, so I'll just put it as like this and write what and call what and also bring another dollar this and call generate, right? So if I console log the message, what happens next? So let me clear my console. It gives me Unibank account 100. Why am I having this? So okay, it's because of I place it as to string. Sorry. So let me remove the to string. I get that is why it's giving me comma. I don't need comma. Let me check again. Perfect. Unibank account this. So if another student register now, he can give me this. For another register, so you just be giving the student different mark number. So you don't need them. You don't need what's it called? You don't need to. The lecturer don't even need to be there and be doing it. So you just set up the system. Go and fill your information on the system. So as you fill, the system will assign you a mark number, and that is good to go. I believe that makes sense, right?
Yes, bro.
So there are a lot of things you can do with math function, sha. So you can think of anything that you want numbers to change. So if you want values to change, so you can always think of using math functions to execute that. It's pretty nice and cool, right? So I believe Ima is still with us, so hope he has not run away. Is it too hot? Emmanuel, is it too hot? Okay, so we are stepping to um array now. So let's follow. If there's anything you still want to ask me about this, please ask me now, because this math function you always use it for OTP most times.
So what I want to ask you is this.
Okay,
What I want to ask is, I'm seeing 90 times 90,000 times 9,000. Are these fixed values, or are we the one generating it by ourselves?
which 9,000? This 9,000,
Yes,
is
I'm
it
seeing 9,000. Then if you check another one, I'm seeing 90,000
okay? This one was
and
for the first
900,000.
this one was for the first illustration. You can put any value there.
Yeah.
What the
So
first
are we okay?
Let me explain what the two number is. This first this first value here, can you see this 100,000? Can you see this 100,000?
Yes, yes.
So the floor is to round up. So it's rounding it up based on hundreds of thousand. While this other 900,000 is based on the limit of the random. So and this number is going to be generating random figures for you. So the number will not exceed this 900,000. That is what it means.
900,000. Okay. But we can
So
put any value lower
you
than
can let,
900,000.
let me put 50, let me put 90. Let me console log this OTP and hide this one now. You see it now. This one will not work very well because I'm saying I should round it up to hundreds of 900,000. So let me also reduce this value, because that will not make sense, because I'm flowing into hundreds of thousands, but I want just two number. No. So I'm flowing this number to the nearest tens, and I don't want the number to exceed tens. Are you getting it now? Are you getting it?
Yes.
So let's run now. What happened? 39. Let's run again. 66. Let's run again. 44, 45. Let's run again. 79. Let's run again. If you keep running, you will never see 100. You never see 100. Okay,
Yes.
okay. This one is 99. Let's run again. 62. Let's run again. 69. Let's run. If you keep running, that is how it work, right? Do you understand now?
Yes.
Henry, somebody is requesting for link in the group. Please just attend to this guy. Eniola, please. Thank you. Thank you. So let's step into array now. array. I hope I'm recording. Okay, yes, I am. So let's step into array now. Let's see what we can do with array. Please ensure you know in and out of arrays and in and out. These three parts that we are going to treat henceforth, the arrays, the object, and the functions, you will always use it. In fact, every day of your life when you are working in anywhere you are, in as much you are dealing with software development as Node.js is concerned, you always use arrays, you always use arrays, you always use objects, you always use functions. Functions is, in fact, every day is functions, right? Every day is functions. I will dwell more on functions because functions have more priority than arrays and objects. Even as a front-end engineer, you always write functions. You always write functions. So functions, let me not explain functions now. Don't worry, when we get there, I will explain functions. Just know functions has more priority than array and object. But at the same time, object and array is of high value to JavaScript because everything you are going to do has you need even need more of object than of array, but you need any of two of them. Very important. So let's go. What is array? Array can hold multiple items. Simple English like that, very simple. What is array? Let me tell you. Okay, let me write it now. Array array can hold multiple multiple why this man, you feel free to follow from one multiple items, right? So array can hold multiple items. So what does that mean? First of all, let's look at simple array first before we start giving ourselves stress. So let's say const array is equal, you can give it any name, does not mean that it must be an array. Const array is equal to, this is the symbol for array. So if you put array now, so I can put it as name, comma, I can put James, I can put comma, I can put object. Now you see that this particular one is called array 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 of what? Of strings. I said array can hold multiple items. So you can write string inside array, you can write number inside array, you can write object inside array, you can write many things inside array. So array can hold multiple items. But if it's string, can you do something like this? Let's say const A is equal to, let's say, James, comma, can you do it? It's just, you can't do that because string is just a string, so you can't. It doesn't have that capacity or ability to do that. So array can hold multiple objects. So this is example of array. So let's say const. Sorry, let's say const fruit is equals to, let's say, it must be definitely be array. Let's say mango. You can put double quote, single quote, it does not matter. Mango, orange, let's say banana, banana. Okay. You can also write something like this. Const number is equal to an array of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, anything, sha, anything. But if you want to put letter, you can write it as, put it in quote. You can accommodate it. You can write number, letter, anything together. Gbogbo, all of them. Array has the ability to carry it. It will not complain. Like I said, but numbers, I don't want something like this. Array is capable of performing it. Are we still together? I'm just giving you examples of array. So you can, okay, before I go to the higher one, which is writing object inside the array. So I need to also treat object. Then before I can do that. Now let's look at, there are two things we are going to treat inside array. One we called normal, we call it array method, array method slash property. Just like we did in string method and property number. So we also have what is called, we also have what is called higher higher sorry higher array method. This one will come last. This one will come last. Higher array method is not even coming today. It will come after which I've explained array, explained object, then I will now come in with higher array method. Let's see how we flow with that. So let's see one of the things we can do with array. Let's assume that one of the things we want to do in the array, let's assume that I type name, this first name now, and I make a mistake. Okay, I want to add more names to it. I want to remove more names. Is it that you are removing, you are replacing, you are adding, or you are doing a lot of them? So let's look at it. So what you just do is to what? To call the name of the array. So if you, sorry, sure. So let me save into a name. So let me say const a is equal to, hope I've not used a before. Okay, no. Const a is equal to, I'll now call what? The name of the array. Let's say fruit. Let's go with fruit, so that fruit. Now, how do we call array? You put the symbol. This is the symbol for array now. Are we together, man? So this, now let's start with this, man. So let's call, what, why the error? Why the error? Why the error? Anonymous anonymous access execution should take an argument. Understand? Okay, understand, no problem. So that would be let's take in, before we start adding, let's say fruit dot one. No, let's start with dot zero. That makes sense, right? So fruit zero. Now what, in array, now array start count, we have what is called index. I don't know if you have of index in any language you have done, right? So array start from index of zero then till infinity. So the first word you have there is index of zero. So fruit is index of zero, orange index of one, banana index of two. So the same thing goes to all these numbers we have here. So let's run what we have there. Hope I have console log. Okay, let me hide this console. So let me hide this console. Let me see what happens to it. So if I run it, what gives to me? I'm not getting what I'm looking for. Let me clear my console. Do you have any console? Any? Okay, okay. What am I not having? Okay, good. I did not console log it, so sorry. Console.log what? A. Let's see what happens to A when I call it. It will give me mango. So mango is actually in index of zero. So if I call one, it gives me in orange. So if I put it as two, it gives me what is called what? Banana. So if I put four, she throw me error. I don't have anything like that. Undefined. That means that there's nothing like that in this part. Are we following that? Are we following? Are we following?
Yes, boss.
So let me just,
Yes.
okay, thank you. So let me, for the sake of learning, let me just duplicate this, and let me just put this
I have a
as,
question.
okay, just go ahead. Go ahead, please. Go ahead, please.
Okay, so we are saying that an array can take different data types
Okay. Yes, array can hold multiple items.
of different data type.
Yes, of different data types. It can hold many things of any data types, anything at all is allowed.
All right.
Is that your question?
Yes, sir, that's my question.
So if you console log A, let me also run these commands for the sake of learning. So when you're practicing, so if you call B separately, you will get a different value. When you call C, you have a different value. Sorry. So that is it now. So this is the first part of array. Now let's return this array now so that we'll be able to see, and I'll name it names or student, or do I have a name? Okay, let me say names now. Names is okay. I have student already. So let's say const names goes to name James object. No, object doesn't make any sense. Let's say Mary. Let's say Mary. Okay. Now these are real strings now. So now let's see how to add. How to add. Okay, let's say I made a mistake now. Let's say adding. Add. I want to add Peter. I want to add Peter. Sorry. I want to add Peter. Oh, I've copied wrong thing. Just a minute, please. Let me get my tea. I have issues with my tea. So Peter, I want to add Peter to, what is wrong with me now? I want to add Peter the end to the end of the array. Now let's add Peter now to the end of array. That means I want it to come after Mary. So what will I do? I will say const. Now if you want it to save, so you have to put it as const updated. Let's use that word. Const updated array. Let's use that word. Updated array is equal to, let's call the name of the array, which is what? Names dot. Now dot now, and you, whenever you want to call a property or a method, you use dot. And let's see what are the things we can perform. Dot, this filter we have here is the higher array method. Which is higher array method? We'll look at that later. You can dot find. You can, this for each is higher array method. Dot
Where is the
include.
filter?
Eh?
Where is the filter? I say this filter that we have here. The filter.
This filter here, this filter. Can you see filter? Can you
Okay,
see
okay,
filter?
yes.
Yeah, this filter is higher array method. We are going to look at that. For each higher array method, we can look at dot include, which is important. We are going to look at that as well. This we can dot join. We can map is also higher array method. We can do dot length. We did dot length in string, right? Did we do dot length in string? Did we?
No, no.
No, we did. Oh, we did. And no one will do it again. Now let's do now. Now let's just go ahead. So we want to add Peter the to the end of the word, to the array. We now do dot. Eh? You say what? Is someone talking to me? Hello.
I doubt someone is talking. I doubt,
Okay.
sir.
You now do dot push. Let's check. Dot push is a method. So you just put it and passing the name of the dot push, which is what? You want to add what? Peter. So you're passing Peter now. Peter. I believe is making sense. So outside this, let's say we have the so name dot push Peter. This particular one we add Peter to the end of the array. But because I want to save it, I'll now put this const updated is equals to this. I believe it makes sense, right? Hope the code is not too much. Or should I still should I remove this or we should just flow?
Let's go.
Move what?
Or I should add it. Okay, let me just add it so that we can flow, so that we can have something to console log, right? So
Continue.
okay, let's remove it first. Let's see what happens to it. So names of push Peter. So let's console log. Let's console.log. I just pray it to work fine. Let's say console.log names. Let's see what happens to names. One is called. Hope I don't have any console. I do. Let me hide this console. Do I have any other one? No. So let me see what happens if name is called. So I run it. What happened here, man? Sorry, calling different thing. Can you see now? I have name James, Mary, and Peter. Peter has been added. So if I call names again, is here. So I don't really need to save it. It work fine because I'm calling the name of the array directly and I'm putting it inside, right? So if I call in name, so it happens. It happens. So if I call names again, what happens? Is giving me this, and that. I believe that makes sense. So that is to add. Now I want to remove. I want to. That is dot push. Dot push. We push Peter into the array. So now let's see. We want to remove. Is someone talking? Okay. To remove, let's remove somebody now. Let's remove the last name. Let's remove Peter now. Let's still remove the Peter that we added, right? So let's remove the Peter. So I want to remove this one is to remove the last the last the last word or the last item. Let's remove the last word or the last item. So to do that, someone should mute his mic if you are not speaking. Thank you. So if your mic is on, just remove it. Just unmute. Thank you. So if you want to remove the last word from the array, you want to remove the last word, what do you do? Just call the name of the array, which is names dot pop. Pop is a method, so you put it in as this. So if you do dot pop, it will help you to remove the last word. So console log let's console log name here now. Let's see what happens to it. So let's console log the name. So it will give us James. It will give us Mary name, James, and what's it called? And Mary. Are all together, man. So if I is it clear? Is it clear? I hope I'm not talking to myself or I'm not too fast.
Yes.
Okay, good.
It's
Now,
clear.
It's
good.
clear.
Okay, dot push will help me add something to the end. Dot pop will remove something from the end. Now let's check to add to the beginning. Add, let's say add, hmm? Add, I've copied wrong thing, sorry. Add, add to the beginning, right? The beginning, right? Makes sense. So to the beginning of the word. So now let's call name dot on slash. names dot what on slash, sorry, on shift, sorry, I said on slash, sorry for that. On shift will do that for me. On shift, just pass in this. So you don't need to put anything. That means that you are what? Sorry, did I say okay on shift, right? What am I even saying this evening? On shift. Okay, I don't want anything to move away. So I hope I'm not confusing myself now, right away now. Now let's see.
It's
Let's
on
see.
shift.
No, it's not. It's not on change. It's not on change. Now let's say on shift. Now let's
I
pass
say
the
on
name.
shift.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh,
It's on. Yeah, it's on shift. So let's add. What is the? Let's add a name. Let's say Jane. Jane. Let's add Jane. On shift, Jane will do the work for me now. Perfect. Yeah. Sorry, guys. So that will do the work for me. Yeah. Console.log James. We unshift it. We don't. It don't up. Yeah, Jane. Yeah, 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 yeah. So it helped me. I've done that, right? So that just it. So on shift we do that. Now the next thing we want to look at now is to remove from. Oof, I've copied wrong thing. Let me get my T. Remove from the beginning now, right? So the same thing we need to do from the beginning, right? So from the beginning now, let's see what happens to it. That will now be what names dot what. Let me look for it. Can is it dot push? No push, no shift. Correct. That will not be shift. Dot shift, right? So dot shift to do the work for me. So names dot shift. You don't need to pass anything. Just say name dot shift. So it will just shift the first word out of it. Yeah. Let's run now. What is your first name? Jane Abi. Now let's run. Jane is out, right? So if I run it again, so if that just it now. So that just it. So let me clear the console. Everything is messed up. So let's see. You see, it's giving me that. So okay, because this console is on, that's why it's giving me two word. So let me do it again. See that is on. It has on shift. It has on shift the word out, and we have the name passed in. So this is how to add. If you want to add to the last word in the array, use the push. To remove from the last, just passing dot pop without passing anything to the array. To remove from the to add to the first word, you just use on shift, passing the name you want to unshift to. And if you want to remove from the beginning, just put dot shift without passing anything inside. I believe that makes sense, right? This is just the basic step of array. Do you have any question, right, in this part?
No.
All right. So if you want to check for the length, you can say names dot what dot length now, right? So if you console log names, what happened? You tell you the length of the array. Now let's check it up, man. No, what's it giving me now? Sorry. Oh, what happened there? Who can picture it for me? Why is he returning that name for me as well? Can anybody help me out? Are we together?
With the mission.
I ran I ran
Yeah.
I ran console.log names and I have names dot length. Why is it still giving me name James? I want to find the length of these names. Why do I still have name James in my console returning? Why? If you have the answer, you can just help me out.
Name is the name is the name of your array. Why names dot length is what you wanted to print out.
Perfect. You are right. So I'm actually calling I'm actually calling this name, right? I'm actually calling this name, not the length. Though I wrote a function that check the length of that array, but I did not call it. So what the best thing to do is to save it, to say const let's say learn, const learn is equal to now this will this will bring it what we are looking for now. Am I still connected? Flourish. Can you see? Can confirm if you can see my screen.
No, I can't.
Okay, let me start sharing now. Sharing there. What about now?
Think it's good thing.
I'm not seeing anything now.
Is anybody that can see my screen? Is anybody?
Nobody, sir. We can't see your screen.
So,
Using our glow. What about now? What about now?
Nothing yet, sir.
It's not showing at all.
No.
So not yet.
Not yet. Okay, it's up now.
Is it still showing?
No.
yes, boss.
Okay.
I can see it now.
Okay, showing now. Okay, fine. So where did we stop? Is it on that? Is it this length? Is it length we stopped? You guys, is it length?
You answered the question.
Okay, that's okay. Okay, so the part where we stopped before the network cut us off is explain this length. At first, I did names dot length without saving it into any variable. then I call length and it displayed this particular thing for us here. So I'm actually calling the names but not the length itself. But at this point, you have to save this the length we are checking into a variable and call the variable name as what? Len. I feel this will make sense. Right? So if you call it now, what will give to us is what? 3. You say it has the length as 3. So that is what's it called? James Pete this, and so let's get the length of this number. Let's get length of this number. Let's say const, sorry, let me get my T. I'm waiting for this thing. Const, I know that's what you want to do. Something is loading. So dependencies are loading. Wow. So let me just wait so that it will just load, so that it will not give me stress. So if you check the down part of this system, so analyzing index and its dependencies. So it's still loading. So let it just load so that it will not give me stress. I don't know why. Okay, I feel it's okay now. So const, okay, makes sense. Let's say const what now? Let's say num is equal to what? We have number dot length, right? So dot length, number dot length. So when you console log the num, so what happens to us? We are going to have the length is 8. Now let's count 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But you can put it into sentence by saying the length of the array is this. I believe you know how to do that. So you just put const message is equal to concatenate, cause say the length of the array is now called the concatenation and put num. So sorry. So if you so what you don't do is that this one is for this.
Hello, sir.
I'm with you, boss.
Hello, sir.
I'm with you, boss. So you
What's constantly used for?
const meg. It's just a variable. This meg is a variable. You can save it with you can save it anything. I'm just trying to save this particular string into this particular name called meg. That does not it does not I can say const goat. It does not really have any name. I can just say const. I can say const rat. I can say const rat, right? Anything you can give it anything. Const rat. It's not because it's rat does not make it a rat actually. It's just what you want it, the name that you will just want it, right? So I now say console.log rat. So I now call the word the rat. Does that make sense, bro? Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
Mhm. It makes sense.
I'm referring to the guy that spoke but he didn't talk. Okay, fine. It's okay. So instead of just having the number as 8, you
Sir,
just write.
sorry. How did you get? How did the console.log print it? Was it a previous console.log?
Yeah, this one. So okay, let me hide it now. So you see it now. Let me clear my console. Do you see that the length?
Okay.
So so now with the length. Sorry.
So the length of the array is this. So let me run again now. So the length of the array is 8. So you can you can just
Is
add
number.
the length of the array is 8. So instead of just printing ordinary 8, you can just beautify it to make more sense, right? So this is just what you can do to just play around it and let it make sense. So I believe that part is actually clear, right? It is. So that
No,
is
my question is like the eight, sir. The eight already has a variable. Like it was already stored in the previous variable, right?
mm, yeah, boss.
Hmm?
This is it here. This is it here. This I'm calling this number. I'm referencing this number. So let's count. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's why the length is displaying 8 for us here. Do you get?
Okay.
Do you get? So let me bring it forward. Let me bring it forward so
Okay.
that you understand better. Let me bring it forward. So we are working with this part, now. So we are checking we are saying that const num equals to this number. You are calling this number which dot length. You are not checking the length of this particular word. So you now say constrat. You don't. If you console log this num directly, it will just give you. Let's check it now. If you console log this num now, it will give you exactly what am I doing wrong. So if you console log this num now, it will give you what's it called? Sorry, I'll copy something. Load index.js. So it will give you exactly what 8, but I just want to make it to look more sense. So instead of just returning that alone, I can just pass it here and say let's run again and see what it gives to us. The length of the array is 8. Do you understand?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So we're able to create an array, access element by index, common array methods, and looping through arrays. Let's just look at should I look at higher array method? Okay. And let's look at something else we can do. Let's assume that we are looking for a word in this number now. I'm looking for something. Let's look at let's bring this one. This one does not really make sense, right? So let's bring this one out. Let's bring this one out. So let's bring it forward. Let's say fruit now. Okay, fruit is up. Fruit. So let's comment this one out. So let's have fruit now. So let's see. I'm looking for a particular word inside this fruit, but I don't know how to find it, right? So let's just say const find. Let's say you can give it anything. Const find is equal to what? Call the name of the array fruits dot include what? M. So this one now will help me go and look for any word that include M. Do you understand? Do you guys understand? So if you are looking for a word and you don't know what that word is now, you want to go and look for the word that include. Let me put it here. Let me write it. Include, 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 include to find something. Yeah. You're looking for something and you don't really know what it is, you can just use dot include to look for it, right? I'll tell you where this one work. Yeah. In API. You can use that in API, but I don't always use it to why the error? Cannot access fruits. Okay, because I did not console log it. Console.log find. So go and find it for me. Console.log find. Sorry about that. So let's run it again. You tell me now. A is giving me, wait, is calling fruit, this fruit up. There's something that is referring to something up. Where is it? Please, if you see this word, let me know. Line 25. Let's go to line 25. Something's happening in line 25. Okay, okay, okay. This one, let me console log is causing issues here. So let's run it again. Let's see what happens now. So false. Console log find fruit dot include. I hardly use one sharp. I don't know why it's giving me dot m dot include m. Fruits dot include I don't know. I don't know why it's not printing out. Let me see what the error message. Cannot access fruits before initialization. Uh-huh. Let's give you something else. Let's say fruit. Let's say fruit. So that it will not cause it. Probably I've used it somewhere. It says it's false. Let's see. I feel it should work for us. Wow. Fruits 0 is calling a number here. Line 25. Line 25 is giving us issues. Fruit. Is any part I'm using fruit? I don't know why, Sha. Well, let's just proceed, Sha. So if you want to look for a word, you can just dot include, look through that, man. So dot include is an array method, dot include. So that just is, Sha. So that is just pretty much about it. So let me just remove this. I'll look into this dot include next time. Probably it's under IRA method, which will go through looping. Okay, that is for that common method looping through arrays. We'll look through high array method and loop through. So that will come later, but not now. That is a bit advanced, right? So let's look at object. Let's look at object. How is it following?
Yes.
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 Okay, let's look at object. Let's look at object. So object, is there a definition for object? Do I have any definition for object? Let's say const. Sorry guys. Let's say const. What's it called? Const obj is equal to this object, right? So once you have calling braces, this object is an empty object, right? Empty object. So objects I can also pass in. Uh, I can pass in object. So I just pass in this. I cannot say name James. Just flow with me, please. So we look at that now. We are getting close to APR. Name, age. We have 30. Country. After today, we might have assignment because we have done much. Country, Nigeria is very is let's say it's okay. It's okay. Now object has keys and values. Take note. Let me write it. Object has what? Keys and what? Values. What is the key? If I say name is the key,
So name is key. If I say James, James is the what? James is the what? Is the value, right? James is the value. So age is the key. 30 is value. Country is key. Nigeria is the value. Are we together? Are we together? Are we together?
Okay.
Yes.
So these are to
Yes.
express objects. So let's write another object. So object, sorry, let's say const const details. So you can decide to put details of your student in object. You can decide to pass into array. You can decide to pass details of your student into arrays of objects. So after this object, I'm going to treat as what? Arrays of objects. Just flow with me gradually, please. So we have const details is equal to what? You put in symbol of array, open the array and put details here. You can say JSS1. So JSS1 will act as a key and you put, or you can say class. Class will be the key and you put JSS1. JSS1. Makes sense. Now, now if I want to have JS1, JS2, JS3, JS4, JS3, I can't easily do it here like this. I can't easily do it like JSS2, can I? Come here. I can't do that. I know I can't do that because it's not an array. It's an array that will allow me to do something like that. So let's say class JS1. We are coming to array of objects very soon. So let's say class is what? JS1. Let's say school. School is the object. Let's say uh, Uniben Secondary School. Uniben Secondary School. So let's say is allowed is allowed false or is allowed true. So this is another type of object. These are to structure objects, right? Now I want to check the name. Access I want to access the name. I want to access the age and I want to access the country. I want to access the class. I want to access the school and I want to access is allowed. Now where this one is important here, let's assume that you want to check the number of students or number of like you want to check the classes of students, right? So you want to check different things. You have like 300 students. You want to check the 300 students. It's not easy to do it with object. You do it through higher array method. Higher array method will help you out. But for this, let's just do what object can do for us, little things that object can do. Now remember, if you want to pick array, what do? You call the name of the array and you put the symbol for array, right? So that is how you call array. But for object, how do you call object? You call object using dot. Take note, you use this thing very well in your API. So you call object using dot. If you want to call an object, you call it with dot. Now let's say const is let's say what should I ask, can you give any name I can use? Const let's say message. I don't think I've used it before. Let's say msg is equal to, now I want to access first of all name. Let me write it. Let me comment this out. Access name. So what will I do? Constraint equals, I'll just call the name of the object, which is what, ob what, j. So if I call obj now, let's start with this first. So if I call obj and say console.log, let's start with there, console.log mssg, right? So what happens? It will give me, it will return everything of that object for me. It will return the name, the age, and the country. That is if I call the object. Are you still with me? Are you guys with me? So let's
We are
do it.
still
That's
with
it.
you.
Okay. So this to access the object. Now let's access the name. Can somebody try how to access the name? Can somebody access James? I want to access this James. James. Okay, this is James. Who can try? Who can try how to access James? I want to find James.
Object.name.
Eh?
Console.log name.
Console.log what? Console.log. Con
Object.name.
Object dot
okay, fine, it's good. But you don't write functions or logic inside console. I told you guys last week. That's last correction. So you write it in somewhere here as object dot name alone and passing the name of the what you use it to do. You don't write function logic inside console. So let's see what happens. So let's see what happens to it now. So James already out. So let's see. View country. Let's view country. Let's view country. So if you want to view country, that will be what? That
const
will
message.
let's say const. Let's say con. That will give what, it can give you any name equals to what? Object dot what?
Dot
Dot country.
country.
Perfect. So if you console log it now, if you console log that now, you console log CUN, that will give us exactly something is logging. Console.log, something is logging. Okay, sorry, CUN. Thank you. So that would be Nigeria, right? So but now I want to this one will be your classwork
Eh?
right away. I have a class. This one will be your classwork. Oh.
Umbo.
Eh?
Put that on. Eh?
Who is talking? Unmute your mic. Oh, thank you. So I want to write something like this. My name is James. I am 30 years old and I live in Nigeria. So that's what we want to achieve now. Join them to make sense, to make sentence rather. To make sentence, right? So that will be full message. const full message is equals to backtick. So I want to concatenate now. So that will be um concatenation. Will it work for me? Okay, let me see. Object. Wow, I can't. I'm coming. Um, what's it called? How will I concatenate? Object. Okay, let me just figure this now. That will give me um. Should I pass it in that either inside if statement? Come on. Let's say full statement is equals to object. This one will access the name. Oh, this one will access the name. This one will help me pick the name, right? So I should now. It should work now. So let's go there now. Let's concatenate them now. Let's say let's call the name of the object dot no sorry. What am I even writing self? Makes sense like this. So call the object dot name. What do I say I want to write? My name is okay, my name. So that will not be sorry. So my name is, let me concatenate it as object dot name. My name is this. I am concatenate. I am what? I am age. Sorry, not age. Oh, sorry. Object dot age. I am 8 years old. Full stop. I live in, what is this for? I live in object dot country. So if I console dot log full message, oh, I don't have any console. Okay, fine. So let me clear my console and see what happens there. My name Nigeria is console. Okay, let me keep this intact. So let's see what happens. My name is James. I'm 30 years old. Old did not come out. I'm 30 years. Okay, old is here. I live in Nigeria. So someone should volunteer and write it and tell us script to what to do here now. Someone should volunteer and someone should help us out. So want to make sentence from this word now. Class just one Unibet Secondary School is allowed. So you can mute and let's flow. Yeah. With
const
okay, const. Okay.
details.
Const
Details.
what?
You create a variable first.
Give me a
Const.
variable.
Let's use your det. Const det.
D
Const det equals to objects dot class
object dot what?
dot class dot class.
I want to access this word though. Do you mean I want to access this everything I have here. So you say I should do object dot what? Dot class, right?
Yes, sir. Want to access class.
Mm. I want to make sentence with it. I don't just want to make a sentence with it. I don't just want to accept a particular word. Just a sentence with it. But
Okay.
what you have here is
Okay.
wrong. But what you have here is wrong already, Sha.
Um.
What you have here is wrong already. Yeah, it's wrong. It's not object dot class. Is anybody that can help us out?
Is details dot class.
Okay. This dot class. Okay.
Is
But I want
details dot class.
but I want to make sentence with it.
But
Make
if
sentence with it.
you want to make sentence,
Mm,
you use your back tick now. You put your back tick.
okay. Yeah, guide me out. Guide me through the guide me through it. Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Put your it's still okay. Uh, 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 uh.
I'm still
Okay,
waiting. Oh.
just like my name is Peter.
Okay.
I said,
My
right, my name is Peter.
my name is Peter. Okay.
In details dot object, you put your dollar sign to
Your dollar. Okay. Details dot what?
Hello.
coordinates.
Okay. Is that all?
Comma. Then my school name is detail. You put your dollar sign, open the calling braces.
My school name is
Details dot school.
details dot school. Okay.
Okay.
Then this is allowed. What the function of this is allowed.
Okay. Is allowed is like a boolean to tell you actually are you allowed or not. Anyway, there are ways you can navigate through it. Sha. You can use if statement to wire it. Sha. But we'll get there, Sha. We'll get there. Okay, what you did is
Uh,
fine. There's reason why I put this thing here is allowed true. So the way you can turn it through if statement, it not tell you you are not allowed, you are allowed, and something like that. Sha. But that is actually but not something we can do
yeah,
today. So, but what you did is pretty fine. So it's okay. Let's say console that yeah, what you did is cool, it's nice. Console.log DTO. DTO means data transfer object. You do that when you get to API. You'll be using DTO at times. It just to name a variable word. DTO. It stands for data transfer object. They ask you what DTO, that's what it means. Eh?
I want to ask you a question. In this Node.js, is there no verbatim string?
Properties what? String. Is it property string? Are you
Verbatim,
asking? Is it the
verbatim.
no no no
Because
no.
all to
Or what?
okay, it's not
It might be there. Oh,
verbatim string. Because all what we do is concatenation, and this concatenation is kind of how do I put it, old pattern of doing in sharp. I don't know,
okay.
but I don't think Node.js has that verbatim
Okay.
string.
How,
The verbatim string. I don't think
okay.
so.
How does it work? Just explain how it works so that I can see if it's that.
Okay, in verbatim, in verbatim string,
Mm,
you just put, that your at and dollar sign
mm,
at the beginning.
mm-hmm.
At the very beginning. So then you start to write. Then you can put your calling braces anytime. So you don't need to be adding that dollar sign anytime you want to read an object.
Okay. I understand what you're saying. something like this. Let's say
Yeah.
let, let's say print
Yeah, at the beginning of that
let's say
part,
print let's say f something like this. Something like that. You now put f word and you
actually,
start you
actually,
start typing inside.
I
Something
can't
like this.
I, uh,
Is it something like
the
this?
screen is even frozen. I can't see what you are doing. All the
Can somebody see?
uh,
For instance,
Can you see something like the print F? Something like this. Can you see, Henry? Are we still together?
that's good, but I don't
yes, yes.
understand what you wrote.
No, this language is not for Java. It's not for JavaScript. Oh. Don't worry, it's not JavaScript language. It's based on his question he's asking. That's what I'm doing something. Just forget about that. But I just want to ask something. So your question, can you hear me, Henry? So let me answer your question. Henry, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So I understand what you are saying. So that functionality is not in JavaScript. It's in Python. Python uses that, and C sharp also used such that something like that. So is that functionality is not in Node.js, right? So but we have it in Python and also in C sharp. Yeah. When I did Python before, I've used something like that. Whereby you can have print. You have print. You will then put F, something like this. You just start typing nonsense inside sha. But it's okay. But that is not in Node.js language, right? So what else are we doing now? That is for object. So we are looking at object, accessing properties and objects inside object. Now let's quickly look into uh array array inside object inside array. Sorry, pardon. So object inside, I just pray my battery will not go off. Object inside array now. I believe you have knowledge of object now, you have knowledge of array now. So now let's now combine them together, object and array. So our next class will now be higher array method, then functions will kick off. So from functions we enter API. Now let's say const const student student info. Hey, I don't think we can continue with this one. So we continue from here next class. It's already low battery. So thank you guys for your
So
time.
I think class tomorrow.
No. I don't think so. So
So tomorrow,
you
right?
let's see how it goes. Sha. If there will be class, I will update you guys. But I'll drop assignment hopefully today or tomorrow. And the videos of this class will be uploaded tomorrow. Thank you and see you next time. Thank you.
Okay.